Have you ever wondered why love sometimes feels like it's just around the corner, yet never fully arrives? What if I told you your marriage isn't delayed by chance, but by your own silent permission slip? The truth is, destiny is waiting on you. There is a mystery behind relationships that goes deeper than attraction, timing, or even compatibility. It is the mystery of agreement, a silent contract between your soul and the future that you often overlook. What you desire in marriage is not outside of you. It is already written in the fabric of your being. But here's the catch. Nothing in that contract is activated until you say yes with the authority of your inner world. Marriage is not just two people coming together. It is a union written in spirit, long before you cross paths in the flesh. Yet the reason many wait years, even decades, for the love they long for, is not because love isn't ready, but because they themselves haven't given permission. You see, life does not force you into blessings you refuse to accept. Life only mirrors the level of permission you have given yourself to receive. Think of it like this. A door can be filled with treasures behind it, but unless you unlock it, nothing comes into your possession. That's how marriage works. The partner your heart longs for, the love that heals, the companionship that empowers, it all waits quietly behind the door of your own belief. And your belief is the master key. So many people live in delay because they wait for signs. They wait for people. They wait for timing. But waiting is not the language of the soul contract. The language of the soul contract is claiming. When you stand inside the version of yourself that is already married in spirit, you give the universe the permission it has been waiting for. The moment you allow it within, the outer world has no choice but to bow and follow. But let's pause here, because this is more than philosophy. This is a call to action. Ask yourself, have you truly permitted yourself to experience the marriage you say you want? Or have you locked it behind excuses, fears, and doubts? Have you built walls so high in your imagination that love has no doorway to enter? The soul contract is not fragile. It is firm. It is signed in the ink of desire and sealed by the authority of your inner vision. The problem is not that it doesn't exist. The problem is that most people don't activate it. They keep postponing with thoughts like, when the right one comes, then I'll believe. But the truth is reversed. When you believe, then the right one comes. Marriage, at its highest form, is not about two bodies colliding by chance. It's about two souls aligning by permission. And alignment begins within you. If you cannot see yourself as chosen, you will struggle to be chosen. If you cannot picture yourself as loved, you will keep meeting people who cannot love you. And if you cannot permit yourself to be fulfilled in partnership, life will only reflect the absence of fulfillment. Let me ask you, what vision are you carrying right now? Because the vision you carry is the contract you activate. Do you see yourself waiting endlessly, doubting, fearing rejection, or wondering if you're even worthy? If so, that is the reality you keep renewing in your soul contract. But the moment you shift into seeing yourself already celebrated, already desired, already secure in love, that is the moment marriage begins chasing you instead of you chasing it. Think about it. Every great change in your life began the moment you allowed it to be possible. You gave yourself permission to earn more, and opportunities appeared. You gave yourself permission to heal, and strength returned. Marriage is no different. The soul contract is already in your possession, but it waits for the signature of belief. It waits for your mind to say, yes, I allow this now. So how do you sign this contract? You sign it not with a pen, but with your imagination. You sit quietly and see yourself where you desire to be, not hoping, but knowing. You don't imagine as though it might happen one day. You imagine as though it is already happening. You hear the laughter, you feel the hand you're holding, you experience the joy of being understood. And as you dwell in that state, you shift. And when you shift, your world must follow. This is why so many fail. They look outward first. They search for signs of marriage in other people, in dating apps, in fleeting connections. But the true sign is inward. The real sign is the permission you've given yourself to claim what is yours in spirit before it becomes yours in flesh. Until you do that, you remain in waiting. Now I want you to think of your life as a mirror. That mirror doesn't argue with you. It doesn't say, maybe tomorrow I'll reflect you. It simply reflects what you present. If you stand in front of it with doubt, it will give you circumstances of doubt. But if you stand in front of it with certainty, it has no choice but to give you the certainty back. Marriage is a mirror. You cannot see it in the reflection until you stand with it in spirit. Here's the empowering truth. Your future partner is not lost, delayed, or far away. They are written into the contract of your destiny. They are real, they exist, and they are waiting for the moment you decide to open the door. That is why marriage is waiting for your permission. Because nothing can enter your life without your agreement. Even love, even the partner you were meant to share this life with. So what do you do today? You stop waiting and you start permitting. You stop wondering when and you start declaring now. You stop treating marriage as a distant goal and you start embodying it as a present reality. You wake up every morning with the thought, it is already mine. You walk through your day as though the contract has already been signed and sealed. You close your eyes at night, feeling the joy of being with the one your soul already knows. And when you live like this, not for a day, not for a week, but until it becomes your second nature, you will watch life bend. People will appear. Opportunities will align. The timing you once worried about will fall into place with ease. Because you didn't force it, you permitted it. Remember, marriage doesn't chase those who chase it. It chases those who align with it. It runs toward those who have already stood in the authority of yes. It responds to those who believe more in their soul contract than in their outer circumstances. So I leave you with this truth. Your marriage is not a question of if, but when. And that when is not in the hands of fate, but in your own. The moment you give yourself permission, the moment you activate the contract, love will no longer be something you pursue. Love will pursue you. Because destiny is not waiting to find you, it's waiting for your agreement to step into it. And once you agree, nothing can stop the marriage your soul has already signed for. Your marriage is not delayed. It is waiting for the permission of your inner belief. Nothing in life enters your reality without your agreement. And love is no exception. Many wait for the right moment, but the truth is, the right moment begins when you decide to allow it. It is not about time or luck. It is about inner consent. The person you are destined to be with cannot approach until your energy gives them the signal. Every delay is not rejection, but a reflection of the permission you have withheld. The universe does not force love on you. It only mirrors the love you embody. If you say within yourself, I am ready, life begins rearranging itself to prove you right. But if you whisper doubt, life echoes back that hesitation. The power has always been yours, because the contract has already been signed. Your belief is the stamp that activates it, and once you allow, nothing can delay what is already yours. Life mirrors the contract you've signed in spirit, not the excuses you live in reality. If your spirit has embraced marriage, the mirror must eventually reflect it. But if you hold excuses like shields, I am not ready, love is difficult, no one will choose me, then those very excuses are reflected back. Reality is not cruel, it is obedient. It doesn't create stories of its own. It simply repeats the story you tell yourself. If you call yourself unloved, the mirror agrees. If you call yourself chosen, the mirror smiles and brings evidence. Excuses are invisible barriers, and yet they block the brightest paths. Stop rehearsing limitations and begin rehearsing possibilities. Let your inner dialogue change the script, because the mirror has no choice but to follow. When you live in permission, life reflects the beauty of what was already written. The moment you imagine yourself already chosen, love begins chasing you instead of you chasing it. Most people run after what they want, exhausting themselves in search. But the law of life is not about pursuit. It is about attraction. The chosen version of you carries a fragrance that draws love closer. You no longer need to beg for attention when you know you are already desired. In your imagination, step into the celebration of being chosen, and soon the outer world must catch up. Love comes like a magnet, drawn by the current of your inner worthiness. The more vividly you picture yourself in that position, the faster the attraction begins. To be chosen outwardly, you must first choose yourself inwardly. You cannot hide from your own reflection, and you cannot run from your own energy. The moment you wear worthiness, life bows to your presence. Marriage does not come by chance. It comes by alignment with your soul's vision. Chance belongs to games, but destiny belongs to the heart that sees. When your inner vision is clouded by fear or doubt, your outer reality becomes scattered. But when you align with your deepest vision, things move into order, as if by unseen hands. Alignment is the silent agreement between who you are inside and what you live outside. When those two meet, marriage manifests as naturally as dawn after night. It is not randomness, it is resonance. Every soulmate connection responds to the frequency you carry. Align with love, and love cannot miss you. Align with fear, and fear cannot leave you. The universe listens to your inner song and brings whoever can harmonize with it. Marriage appears not through luck, but through alignment. Doubt postpones the contract, while belief activates it instantly. Doubt whispers that you are forgotten, overlooked, or undeserving, and so the blessing stands still. Belief, however, is like the stamp on a letter. It sends your request into movement. When you believe, the universe must deliver. It is law. Belief is not hope. It is certainty. It is not waiting. It is knowing. A doubting heart builds walls, while a believing heart opens doors. If you want to see love enter, you must step into the posture of acceptance. Marriage is delayed not because it is denied, but because doubt keeps pushing it further away. Choose belief, and watch how swiftly reality begins to shift. The contract was never lost. It was simply waiting for your agreement. And once you believe, delay collapses into now. Your imagination is the signature that seals the agreement of your destiny. Every thought you hold is a pen, and every picture you create within is ink. When you imagine yourself loved, chosen, and secure, you are signing your name on the contract. Without imagination, desire remains an idea. With imagination, desire becomes destiny. See yourself where you wish to be, and the agreement becomes binding. The clearer your vision, the stronger your signature. Do not underestimate the power of your inner movie, because life has no choice but to copy it. You don't wait for proof. You provide the proof within. That proof is the evidence the universe responds to. Imagination is not fantasy. It is creation in motion. And when you hold the picture with conviction, marriage has already begun in spirit. Stop waiting for timing. Step into the reality of love now. The clock is not your master. Your decision is waiting for the right season, only extends the distance. Love is not found in tomorrows. It is claimed in today's. If you carry marriage in your spirit right now, the outer world will rearrange itself to match. Waiting keeps love on pause, but permission presses play. Do not waste your life rehearsing delays, when you could be embodying fulfillment. Each day you postpone belief, you postpone experience, but each day you embody the reality. You accelerate the manifestation. Timing bends to decision. Seasons shift for those who live in now. Love is not on its way. It is waiting for your acknowledgement. Step into it today, and tomorrow will rush to confirm it. When you permit it within, your marriage manifests without. Every transformation begins inward, and marriage is no different. You cannot expect the outer world to bring you what you refuse to host within. If you feel unworthy inside, the outer world reflects rejection. If you feel complete inside, the outer world reflects fulfillment. Permission is a state of allowance. You let life flow instead of resisting it. The marriage you desire is not hidden. It is simply awaiting your openness. When you carry the vibration of being loved, the world conspires to agree. The outer cannot argue with the inner. It must obey. That is why the highest work is always internal. Once you permit it within, the contract is active, and the outer becomes a copy of your inner vision. Love manifests because you finally allowed it.